Let's read some Glitch in the Matrix stories, part 15. To start, I have always been able to see, hear, and feel energy, ghosts. Per my grandmother, I was born with a veil over my eyes. This is important to the story. In 1982, me, my godfather, his wife, his granddaughter, their 2 dogs, and my cousin were invited to his new cabin in the mountains near Fresno, California. Godfather was building an extra room and a treehouse for his granddaughter. He wanted all of us to see it and to see if we could stand in it. We traveled to the mountains, which were about 3 hours from where we lived. We arrived and got out of the truck. The dogs ran out to the fields and we walked up to the cabin. Later that day, when the contractors showed up, they wanted us to get into the treehouse. When we walked over to the treehouse, I slipped and went over the side of the mountain. I remember hitting trees, rocks. I remember looking up at them and their face showed horror. Everything was moving really slowly. I could hear my cousin yelling my name and my godfather screaming for help. The next second, I was facing them as if I didn't fall, and one side of my clothes were dirty with leaves and my face had scratches, but I felt fine. What? My cousin asked if I had hit anything on the way down and how did I get back up the mountain without being hurt. I asked her if I had fallen. My godfather asked if I was okay, and the contractors were calling for help. Once help showed up, they could see where someone or something had slid down the mountain and said that the person who went over may not be alive when they reach them, not knowing it was me. The shock on their faces will always be embedded in my brain because it seems as if they were looking at a ghost. Fast forward, now we're on our way home. The ride was quiet and the dogs wouldn't leave my side. Once we got home, my grandfather relayed the incident to my mother and she was visibly upset. She said yes, she was born with a veil over her eyes. She was born with extra protection, so she went over the mountain and her keepers brought her back. To this day, I believe the glitch happened as soon as I slipped. The glitch fast-forwarded me back to the side of the mountain, but turned me around so that I wouldn't slip. These are so good, you guys. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.